So, before I get into this, I wanted to take a little moment of silence to enjoy just being here. The sound of birds, the sun shining down. It's honestly great. It's great. But what I want to talk about is how we have these two voices in us. One of them tells us how great we are, how fantastic we are, how we can get to the top. Like, it wants the best for us. Like, it cheers us on. It's our, like, best friend, best coach. Our internal hype man, hype woman. On the other side, we have this, like, Debbie Downer. Like, oh man, you can't do it. No one's gonna believe in it. Don't try. No one's gonna listen. For me, that shows itself as, okay, let me slow down and get some water first before I start tripping on my words. For me, that shows itself as, hey Lawrence, you're trying to write books about how to improve your life, improve the way you think, improve your mental health, improve your money, improve all these things, yet you're 18. You live with your mom. Your work history is fast food places and summer camps and being a forest tour guide. Who's gonna listen to you? Who's gonna listen? That's one side. But I learned to tune that out and instead listen to the side of me that goes, well, Lawrence, just try. Just try. The worst somebody can say is no. Like, the worst that can happen is nobody buys it. Nobody listens to it. That's the worst that can happen. The best that can happen is you become a world famous author. You become this huge motivational speaker. You help people's lives. You are like a role model to the world. That's the best that can happen. Do you want to live thinking about the worst, or do you want to live thinking about the best? Now, of course, we need a balance of realism. Like, we need to understand that, hey, life isn't always going to be all cupcakes and rainbows. But at the same time, that don't mean that we should start planning for the apocalypse. That don't mean that because what if something bad happens, that we should go outside wearing SWAT gear armor and driving in bulletproof trucks. Because yes, bad things can happen, but so can good things. And what we focus on is what the world's going to bring into our life. And to some people, that can sound like unrealistic. Like, oh, just because I think better, my life is going to get better. Yes, it will. Because when we think better, we feel better. When we feel better, we do better. And when we do better, we become better. Okay, perfect example. I feel like going to the gym. I go to the gym. I enjoy it. I enjoy this. I'm going to do it again. I do it again. I get stronger. I like being stronger. I come back to the gym. I feel better. I think better. I do better. I become better. It just keeps spiraling up and spiraling up. And on the opposite end is I think bad. I feel bad. I do bad. I become bad. I think there is no money to be made. I feel like I have no options. I'm going to resort to crime. I commit crime. I end up in jail. I end up in jail. I feel there is no hope. I feel there is no hope. So when I get out, I go back to crime, which then gets me back in jail, and on, I die. On the other side, I think good, I feel good, I do good, I become good. I think I have opportunities. So let me try writing books. I write the book. I feel proud of the book, so I put it out there. Someone buys the book, so I start writing more books, and I start marketing my books, so I make money, I do good. So because I'm making money doing what I enjoy, I do it more, I feel good, I think good, I do good, I become good, on and on and on. And the deeper or higher we are on that spiral, the harder it becomes to end up on the opposite end. Like, if you find somebody who's at the absolute lowest points of their life, like, they feel that there's no hope, they feel that the world's falling apart, they feel that there's no money to be made, they just think, like, everything's terrible. It's going to be really hard for them to get to that, like, point where they think everything's awesome. So, when you become higher on that mental spiral, it's harder for people to drag you down. It's harder for things to drag you down because you think, okay, I'm somebody who can achieve what I want. I'm somebody who's not defined by my circumstance. I'm somebody who is able to figure out solutions to my problems. So when a problem comes, oh, this is unfortunate. However, let me find a solution. I'll use a really small example of this. Your headphones break. You want to listen to music. This is unfortunate. Okay, my headphones are broken. I want to listen to music. I can complain about this. I can cry about this. I can say, oh no, this is terrible. No more music. My headphones are gone. And cry about it. Or I can go buy new ones. Now let's say you don't have the money for new headphones. You can ask somebody to borrow theirs. You can go get some discounted. You can find solutions to your problems. But it starts mentally. It starts internally. Kobe Bryant, for example, he coined that term Mamba mentality. He knew that he could be the greatest. He did what it took to be the greatest, so he thinks he can be the greatest. He feels he can be the greatest. He does what it takes to be the greatest. He becomes the greatest. He does more, becomes even better. Does more, becomes even better. And yes, there are challenges that came in his path. Yes, he died in a helicopter crash. However, the vast majority of us do not have to worry about dying in a helicopter crash. You don't own a helicopter. You are not dying in a helicopter crash. His case was different though. But what I want you to focus on in his story is the fact that he did not come from some like super luxurious background. He did not come from some like celebrity family or anything. He was just a guy who enjoyed playing basketball. He got really good at it. He worked really hard at it. He believed in himself really deeply. And by believing in himself, he put in the work. He put in the time. He got the reward. He maintained the reward. He kept going up and up and up and sticking to his grind. And that's not for me to say that we need to just be on our grind 24/7 and just keep pushing and pushing and not regard anything else. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we need to understand there is opportunity, there is growth that we can achieve. But it starts inside of us, because if you don't see yourself, that is such a beautiful bird. But if you don't see yourself as somebody capable, you're not going to feel it, you're not going to think it, and you're not going to do what it takes. For me right now, I'm getting this job as a salesman doing door to door, like basically going to people's houses and telling them about, home improvement stuff. If I didn't think that I could achieve that, I would have never applied for it. And if I never applied for it, I would have never been asked the questions. And if I never got asked the questions, they wouldn't have found out that I'm the man for the job. And I would have never ended up getting the job. And yes, right now, I'm still waiting on my interview. My interview's on Monday. Right now it's Saturday. But the point is this: you gotta see it. You gotta think it. You gotta believe it. If you don't believe it, you can't achieve it. Like, if you don't think that you can become strong, you won't start working out. If you don't think you can lose that 20 pounds, you're never gonna try. If you don't think it, you're not gonna put in the work that it takes to achieve it and to get it. And that's the point I want you to understand, that when we're growing and evolving, so many things want to pull us down. Oh no, that's unrealistic. Oh no, there's no way that's gonna work. Who's gonna listen to you? Who's gonna believe in you? Who's gonna this? Why would anyone want to read your books? Why would people want to listen to you? You're only 18. This and 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 blah 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 blah. But you gotta learn how to understand that, hey, I'm just a guy. Jeff Bezos, just a guy. Warren Buffett, just a guy. Michelle Obama, just a lady. Serena Williams, just a lady. Anne Frank, just a lady. Joe Scott, just a lady. Dr. Umar, just a guy. Steve Jobs, whoever you look up to, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Michelle Obama, whoever. They're just people, right? They're people. You're a person. If other people achieved it, what's stopping you? Now, yes, certain things like starting a rocket ship company, I'm not talking about that. If you want to start a rocket ship company, I'm not discouraging you. I'm talking about stuff like buying a big house. If your goal was to buy a big house, what's stopping you? Okay, money. So you need to make more money. You need to save money. You need to invest your money. You need to get a loan. You need to improve your credit score. There are things that you can do to achieve your goal. My goal, for example, a couple years back, when I was like 13, I was super weak. Bones, skinny, twig, little body. I wanted to get strong. I wanted big muscles. I wanted abs. That's what I wanted. However, I had to first imagine, all right, right now, I don't have that. But I had to picture it and imagine it. And I had to do the thing that it took to get to that point. I had to do the thing that it required. I had to think the thoughts. I had to get in there. It hurts for like a month, right? I had to get into that gym, and for like a month, I'm like, oh my God, people are looking at me. What if I'm doing the workout wrong? What if I get hurt? What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Had to shut up my mind and realize and do what it takes to get the thing I want. Because if you don't do what it takes, if you don't think that you can achieve it, you're not going to do it. And it's one thing to say, I can do it. It's one thing to say, I think I can achieve it. It's one thing to say, I will become this, right? It's one thing to say it. I don't care what you say. What did you do? What do you believe? What are you working towards? What are you achieving? That's the key takeaway of this message right here. I want you to understand that you have to see it, right? You have to think it. You have to believe it. You have to feel it. If you want to get that Lamborghini, you got to imagine yourself right where you're at. Sit down. Okay, imagine this, right? You got the steering wheel in front of you. What color you want it? I want mine black and white. I want it black with white stripes on it, right? So I want it black, and I want a white stripe going on the side of it. I want that thing to look like an Oreo. Okay? What do the engine sound like? So imagine that. What you want your chair color to be? How do you want the buttons to look? Like, you get the point I'm making. You gotta envision it. Like, you gotta see it as detailed as possible. I want you to smell the inside of that car. I want you to see the glass. I want you to see the color. I want you to feel the seat. I want you to grab it. I want you to put your foot on the pedal and drive that thing. And then put on the brakes. And then turn it. And then put it in gear. And then reverse it. And then park it. And then open the door. And then step out. And then look at it. What you want your license plate to say? Which state do you want it in? Do you want to be at a car show? Like, you got to picture this. And the better you picture it, the better you're going to see it. And this is the only way I can explain it. You have to, like, visualize it. You have to imagine all the details of your movie. Like, imagine you're in a movie. How do you want your movie to be? How do you want your life to look? Do you want kids? How many? Okay, do you want a wife or do you want to adopt? Do you want to be married? Do you want a husband? What do you want? Okay, let's say you want a wife and 3 kids, right? Okay. Do you want your wife to be shorter than you or taller than you? Okay, you want to be shorter than you. What kind of like interest? What kind of just hobby do you want to have? Do you want a car or a horse or a jet or a plane or a helicopter? What do you want? How do you want your movie to look? And play that thing over and over. Because when you play in a video game and you in that video game car, oh, you doing moves that you would never do if you was in a real car. You drifting around corners. You driving that thing off mountains. You doing it all. You living life to the max. You playing that game because you know, hey, this is the game. I'm going to unplug from this. And in a way, you got to be able to unplug from your current reality. You got to unplug from what you see right now and step into something else. You got to be able to step into that dream world. You got to be able to step into that visualization world. You got to be able to step into that beyond. Because right now, I was employed at a fast food place. A fast food place. Flipping patties. Dropping fries. Making waffles and whatever. Okay? However, I always saw myself as something beyond that. I'm not putting down nobody who do fast food, because that's what I did. I'm not putting that down. I'm just saying that I saw myself doing something other than that, like something beyond it. So I had to see it for myself. I had to imagine myself in that role. Like, I gotta imagine myself shaking hands. Like, I gotta feel the hand. I gotta grip the hand. I gotta make eye contact with the person. I gotta communicate with the person. I gotta knock on the door. I gotta see them open the door. I gotta communicate to them. I gotta hear them back. I gotta do this. Like, I play this movie in my head just over and over and over and over. And I see it. I feel it. I feel the grass under my shoes. I feel the pavement of their porch. I feel the doorknob. I feel the handshake. I see the eyes. I see the product being sold. I see the money coming in my account. I see the check in my hands. I feel the paper. I feel the envelope. I open it up. I see the numbers. I deposit the check. I get the card out my pocket. I put it in the ATM. I tell the bank teller, have a great day. I step out the bank. I get on the bus. I go home. I sleep soundly. Like, I really see it. And you got to be able to see that for yourself. Because right now, like I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to leave you with this right here, then I'm going to head out. Because everybody's going to tell you what you should see. Everybody's going to say, oh no, you should be this. You should be that. You should do this. You should live like this. You should wear this. You should go to this school. You should think this way. You should behave this way. You should talk this way. You should dress this way. You should be all these things. But you're the only one who can truly and authentically be you. Okay? You're you. Yes, I'm 5'6", but there's millions, possibly billions of people who are 5'6". Okay, I'm a 5'6" black guy with dreads. That don't mean I gotta go smoke weed. That don't mean that I gotta go rob people, or I gotta go be this, or I gotta go be what the world says I should be, or what people say I should be. No, if I want to go write books and go fishing and go to the gym and read and cook and, I don't know, watch cartoons. If that's what I want to do, that's what I'm going to do. If I want to go watch SpongeBob in my pajamas, I'm going to go do it. Okay? And even me, sometimes when somebody says, I might think about it. It might be on my mind for a little bit. And that's why it's important for you to surround yourself with the people who uplift you and encourage you and put positivity on you. I'm not saying surround yourself with a bunch of yes men and yes women who are just gonna say yes to everything you do. Like, people, I'm not saying go surround yourself with people who gonna let you crash and burn, right? My friends, they uplift me, they inspire me, they got stuff going on, I'm proud of them. You know, one of them wants to be an engineer, photographer. Like, I surround myself with the kind of people who are going somewhere, the kind of people who go, you know, rise, the kind of people who want to win. And I want to see my friends win. and they want to see me win. And when they got something good going on, I'm like, I just clap my hands. I'm like, yes, that's it. That right there. I love that for you. I'm proud of you. Keep it up, man. I'm proud of you. Like, right? I love you. I support you. And, you know, they say, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Whatever. When I got something going on, they right there, too. They like, yeah, man, I love that. You signed them books. Keep that up. Here's another event. Here's a place. Here's this. Here's that. What can I do to support you? What can I do to help you? And we just support each other like that. But at the same time, if my friends is slacking off, I'm going to let them know, like, hey, man, hey, watch yourself. And they the same way with me. They like, hey, Lawrence, you said you was going to do X, Y, Z. Where's that? Where's that? Hey, man, it's been a week. It's been a couple days. You said you're going to have it done on Friday. Man, it's Sunday. Where's that? You know, surround yourself with people who want to see you win, who love you, who support you, but at the same time, people who are going to be able to call you out. Not in no degrading way like, oh, man, you suck, oh, you this, yo, you that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, hey, you said you was going to do X, Y, Z. That was what you said. That's what you said. You said you were going to do it. Where's it at? You said you was going to sell X, Y, Z amount of books. What happened? You said you was going to go to the gym 3-4 times a week. Man, it's Sunday. You going 2. Where's that? You only going 2 times. You said you're going to go 4 times. That's 50%. That's an F. That's a failing grade. Where's it at? If you say you're going to do 4 workouts, you better do all 4. You could do 5, you could do 6, but you better at the minimum do that 4. Because when you tell yourself you're going to do something, if you don't do it, your brain take that in. It's like, oh, so we slacking off now. Okay. We said we're going to do 5, we only did 4. Okay. And your brain keeps a note of that. Like, it keeps a little note. You know everything you ever done. You know everything you never did. Everything you have done. Everything you thought. Your mind knows it. Okay? You know. And you got to understand that. What you do is going to make you think a way. It's going to make you feel a way. It's going to make you do things, which are going to make you become things. If you think about going and drinking some alcohol, right? You think about it. Now, you go and buy it, right? You go and drink it, right? And then you drink it more and more. And before you know it, you got a problem. Now, you need that alcohol. You become dependent. You become an alcoholic. On the other hand, you might be an alcoholic, but think, I'm quitting. I'm giving this up. No. It's up. Gone. Over. Not me. I'm not that person. So, you think a certain thing. You stop doing the action. You are faced with it like somebody showed you an ad or you see an ad on TV. Nope, not me. Turn it off. I don't do that. Nope, not me. And eventually, you just stop. You might think about going back every now and then, but you don't. You just stop. That ain't me. I don't do that. I don't do that no more. That ain't me. You change the identity. By thinking a certain way, you will do certain things, which will make you become certain things, which will form an identity that will either lift you up on that spiral or bring you down on that. I want you to ask yourself, are what you thinking and doing bringing you up, or is it bringing you down? And where's it going to take you? Have a blessed day. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Welcome to Notorious University. Have a blessed day.